Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Booth, where we're in the booth. Yeah. Thanks for being here. You, my friends, are awesome. And today,
Hey
hello.
ho!
I'm I'm Dan the Law, and this is Josh, the Maker.
The
Um,
maker.
the Maker. Um, yeah. So welcome, everybody. This is Inside the Booth. We're going to be talking about some awesome stuff tonight. If you
Oh yeah.
haven't seen the thumbnail, I'll show it to you now. Bam! We're going to be talking about Bad Batch Season 2 finale and Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
If you have never seen any of these episodes, well, you're in for a treat and lots
Spoilers.
of spoilers. Yes, lots of spoilers. Yeah, that's it tonight.
Mm-hmm. Now, to be fair, I haven't caught up with the Bad Batch yet. It's on my list, but I know who the Bad Batch is. So there's always that.
All right. There's that. There's that. Well, I guess I have to be the one talking about it
No, that's
mainly.
okay. Like I said, I know who most of the characters are and stuff.
Right. Um. Yeah. So yeah,
Let's get
Bad
into it.
Batch. Achilles Jones, what's up? So Bad Batch. I
Oh,
guess we can. How are we gonna do this? Do we want to review it like a normal show? Yeah, I guess we can.
yeah,
We'll
that's
we'll
fine.
talk about the plot, the acting, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
fill me in, man.
I'll fill you in. I'll fill everybody else in too. What's up, Phil TMNT? Um, this is we're done double streaming. That's why we're here tonight at
Mm,
9 o'clock on a Sunday. Tim is already doing his show. He started his at
uh,
8:30, I think, and he's obviously talking about the same stuff I'm talking about tonight. But the reason why I'm doing it this way tonight is because, and talking about the Mandalorian and the Bad Batch is because that's what we were doing all last month, and then I wanted to finish it off with the uh, final finale of the Bad Batch.
right. Yeah, the season finale of it. Yeah.
Season finale. Um, and so, with that being said, well, first let's say hello. Hello, Achilles
Hello.
Jones. Hello, Phil
Hi.
TMNT.
Thank you for tuning in and watching with us.
Yes. Or watching us while we talk about
Yes,
the
watching us. Yes. Feel free to comment to your heart's content.
That's it. That's it. I forgot to put your links in the description. I'll have to do that
It's
afterwards.
okay. That's
Um,
okay.
just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be doing the Bad Batch today.
The
And
Bad
this is,
Batch.
if you haven't seen it yet, this is a photo of what is going on. And if you guys remember Omega, well,
Mhm.
there's her twin. So we're,
Oh, snap.
yep, that was revealed on episode 16 that that one lady there is a sister. So
Hmm. Now, is it an older sister or it looks like it?
it's a clone sister. She's one of the clones that ages a little faster.
I
Um,
gotcha. Okay.
yep, yep. So yeah, I guess you could say she is older. Who
She's
knows?
older in the sense of the fact that she's been, sped up in her aging.
Yeah, in her age, yeah.
Okay.
But sub to the maker. He seems like a cool dude. Well, go sub to the maker then. What is your thing? The maker, and then there's number two.
Well, yeah, that's the Maker 117.
117.
which I'm
So
looking to do a change here soon to make it a lot easier to find. I'm gonna go through a name change soon.
oh, that's all right. So go to YouTube, the maker at 11. Oh no, at the maker 117. That's
It's the same thing on Instagram too. So,
it. All right. I mean, that's easier to find than what it used to be. It used to be all those big numbers all at the end.
oh gosh, yeah, I don't know what was up with that. I have no
I
idea
think
what
you're
was up with
supposed to
that.
get up to 50. If you get up to 50 subscribers, then it changes. Then
Oh, is that what it is?
yeah.
Well,
And now that
woohoo! I
you're
got
at
past 50
90
then.
something, yeah.
Yeah,
Now
I'm at
that you're at
93
90
now.
something, you're good, man. And then 100 does something too. I forget what
Oh
happened.
snap! I'm 7 away.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the Bad Batch
Back to the Bad Batch. Uh,
and all the shenanigans they've been
yeah.
having.
So these two last episodes, the finale,
Mhm.
I really enjoyed them. They felt Star Wars to me. Um, you know, most people will know, like when we were doing the reviews and Tim's show and doing double streaming.
Mhm.
I was not happy about the Bad Batch. You know, it was very
Yeah,
slow,
I heard it
hard.
was. Yeah, I heard it was very, very slow and very repetitive in the plot to a certain degree.
Yes, yes, and very like Dennis would say, felt more like the A Team, where it's just like random shows and random everything going on. So yeah, it was something, and it wasn't my favorite, but I would keep watching because obviously I was doing the review stuff.
Yeah, you start being invested in it then too.
Yeah, and you're already invested. Well, I don't know. It's weird because in Andor, I got up to like episode 6, and I was like done. I was like, I can't watch.
Well, to be
I
fair,
tried.
episodes 4, 5, and 6 were the best ones, and then it fell flat again. It was like it started flat
Did it?
and it ended flat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, with Andor, I loved the first episode, that the
no, I
first
didn't.
scene where he's like he just outright kills everybody, and I
No,
love that. I was like,
no,
okay, Star
no.
Wars is going a different direction, and I love this. And then all of a
Yeah,
sudden, it just went, and I was like,
yeah, it started off in like a super Blade Runner vibe, and then it went like
yeah,
all like
yeah, exactly,
weird Aborigine type thing
yeah,
and
and then it's
depressed.
yeah, yeah, and it's like,
Which I
oh,
get,
now
which I
just
get. You know,
watch
the Empire.
everybody eat cereal in their home. Ooh, I love that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's the
eating Cocoa
best part.
Puffs
Yeah, blue Cocoa Puffs.
with the blue milk, so it gets even
Yeah,
more
yeah.
blue.
So it's it. It's it. It's like
But
it
my,
was
I
like
mean, in Andor though, my actually I have to say my favorite character was Andy Serkis's character in the prison. Those were the
really.
best scenes. Those were the best
See,
scenes to
I don't
me.
think I got that far. I don't remember him in.
Man, dude, I mean, seriously, his any pretty much
Is
almost
he?
to a certain degree, anything that he does, I'm interested in because he
Oh,
just
oh yeah.
kills
He's
it.
killed. Now is Andy Circus? Is he still the? Is he the guy? Okay, let's say you said he was the guy in the prison in Andor, right?
Hmm.
Is he the
Yeah.
one in that one Ryan Johnson made? And he's the and
No, he is
he's the
not.
bad
He
guy
is
there.
not the one character, Snoke. He's actually like in his physical form, as far as like as a new character by the name of Kino Loy, and he's a prisoner in there that just is like in a leadership position in the prison, and he
Okay.
is supposed to be like
I thought
within a
Andy
couple of
Circus
weeks or
also
something
did.
like that from getting
Oh
out.
no,
Hmm?
who was the actor then who was like the guy that was in the prison, and he was like, um he said, "Oh yeah, I can help you out with the whole tractor beam thing."
Oh gosh, I don't remember
Gosh,
that to
I
be
don't
honest.
remember his name.
Honestly, there's a lot of like there
Anyway,
wasn't really any good key phrases in that show,
right? Yeah,
so it doesn't stand out, but I
hi mom.
loved his character.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah. Well,
But
anyways,
yeah, anyway,
back
back
to
to the
the
Bad Batch again.
Bad Batch. Oh, I should have played this.
Stay on target.
Almost there.
Stay on target.
Stay
Yeah,
on
really.
target. That's what we got to do. The Bad Batch. Okay, so yeah, since I'm talking about the finale,
Mhm.
they were very well. It was basically the Bad Batch crew without Crosshair because Crosshair's off on his own thing now. Um,
Mhm.
they find out about Crosshair being captured, and so they want to go rescue him.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
so what they do is so they go out to go rescue him, and then in the I don't know what building it is, whatever building it is, the
Mhm.
bad guy building, they catch up with that one dude. I forgot his name. I'm bad at names, everybody. The one guy who's there who infiltrated the same place and he wants to blow it up. And the
Okay.
Bad Batch is telling the guy, no, don't do that because we're putting a tractor device on this dude's ship so that we can find
Mhm.
Crosshair and the rest of the clones. And the guy's like, well, I don't care. I'm going to blow it up anyways. And I'm going to just, get rid of everybody.
Okay.
He was already working for the rebellion, and so what happens is that they go on this car, this car, like
Mhm.
on a zip line car thing,
Okay.
kind of like what
Like a
this
tram of some sort.
yeah, like a tram,
Mm.
yeah. So like this, whatever this is,
Mm.
um, they go on that, and the place blows up. The whole like the
Well,
bad guy
snap.
place blows up, yeah. Except the main officers or whatever, the main bad guys there, they stay alive because they have to, I guess.
Okay.
But of course they're stuck in the building for a little bit because
Mhm.
obviously it's on lockdown and it blew up and they need to be safe, right? Um,
Right.
I enjoyed this episode. Derpy, yes, Derpy
Hello.
Entertainment. Yes, these last two episodes of the Bad Batch were good. So they're on the tram leaving, and
Mhm.
it blows up, and then their electric goes off,
Mhm.
um, and then that's the end of episode 15, and then 16 comes straight away from that, and what happens is that one of the cars they blow it up, they shoot at it, one of the cars start to fall, and
Mhm.
then and Tech was on that car, and he's hanging for his life, he's about to die, and what
Okay.
happens is he does sacrifice himself so they can get out of there. Yeah,
Well,
so
darn. Okay.
Tech dies,
Okay.
um and he sacrifices himself. I sure hope they don't bring him back, but this is
Well,
Disney Star
there's
Wars, they bring back a lot of
well,
people.
I think
um
Dave Filoni said that always end with hope, so there's a possibility that he'll end up coming back.
Right, but it was a cool scene where he sacrificed himself, and he shouldn't come back because they're clones, and no clones except for Rex
Yeah.
live. So and then,
Well, Boba
basically,
Fett
right?
too, but
Oh well, Boba Fett's not really. I guess he's a clone, but he's not
he's
a
a clone, but not a
genetically
clone, but
clone.
not a clone trooper.
Right, right. I think Rex is the only clone trooper that is
Mm,
alive, and I
I
guess
think
he's
so.
canonized because of the Last Jedi, the guy with the beard, when
Hmm.
Harrison Ford
In
did.
the Return of the Jedi, yeah.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. Yeah, they said that he's Rex, so I guess that's
Mhm.
canonized now.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Um, which is kind of dumb because
Well, it's kind of like how they inserted Spider-Man into Iron Man 2.
right.
The cop-out way.
Um, so with that being said,
Mhm. Right.
he dies, he sacrificed himself, and these two last episodes is very Star Warsy. It feels like Star Wars. There's lots of adventure, there's lots of action, and that's what this season should have been throughout, I think, but it
Okay.
wasn't, so it's kind of boring.
I mean, did any of those other previous episodes that were sloggy,
Boring.
did it feel like it was like leading, at least building up towards this, or did it just feel very
They did.
standalone?
They did. There was a few of them that were standalone, but there was a few of them that did build up to what happened in the
Okay.
last two episodes. Um,
Okay.
so I guess they did a good job with that. Now,
Mhm.
definitely, if you're gonna watch Bad Batch, binge watch it so that you don't get that
Oh,
drug.
I can do that now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Since you haven't seen it yet, you might as well
Right now, I
binge
can
watch
binge it.
it because it's better if you binge watch it because then you get to watch it all in one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because definitely this show should not have come out weekly because after one episode it's boring and then
You get
people don't like
disappointed in
it.
it.
Yeah, and people get disappointed. But if you were
Mhm.
to binge watch it, I think it would be fine just because
Yeah,
you get to go
I
to the
almost feel
next
like
one.
that I almost feel like Disney needs to do that with their series anyway, because I think it would
Yeah,
just
especially some of them.
because some of it would be more replayability because sometimes it's
Mhm.
like so probably lose some people watching, but for me, for Andor, it's kind of a one and done thing. I don't know if I'll
Right.
ever watch it again. I
Yeah.
might, but it's going to be a couple years before I watch it again, I'm sure.
Right. Right. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Achilles, binge watch it, man. Binge watch it. It's the only way to go with the Bad Batch.
Mm.
At least this season.
Well, that's what I
Hopefully,
did with the
season.
Clone Wars too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Clone Wars too. Yeah.
Clone
Because,
Wars was great.
but of course, Clone Wars. I mean, that was good anyways back then because it was
Well, I
always
never, well,
action.
I
It was
never
always.
watched it when it
Oh,
first
you've
came
never
out. I
seen
never
it
watched
before?
it.
Oh.
No, and I only watched it last year. I only started watching it and finished the whole thing. It's like, oh my gosh, what did I miss out on?
Yeah. 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 I guess so.
And I still haven't finished Rebels yet. I've been watching that, but I hadn't finished it yet. And I've
Right.
enjoyed
Oh, that's a
it.
good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Rebels. It's funny. It's interesting. There's this one that they came out with. The animation's not the same. Forgot the
Oh,
name.
the Clone Wars shorts.
No, 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 no. Uh, it was after the sequels. And it takes
After the
place
sequels.
after the sequels. Gosh,
Oh, the
what's the name?
Resistance cartoon.
Yeah, the Resistance. That
Yeah, I
one's
hadn't
not
seen that
that
one.
bad. It's not bad.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
hadn't seen that one
enjoy
yet
it.
either.
I don't know why I enjoy it because the
Mhm.
animation is not good.
It
Uh,
looks very anime.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I did
But
watch some of the Star Wars Visions, and most of them are garbage. The first episode to me was the best one, the Ronin one. I actually have the Ronin Funko Pop and a T-shirt of
okay,
him.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I loved him.
That's good.
To which also we must pay tribute to also who was it? Angie Mayhew passed away today, who was the wife of Peter Mayhew, who played as Chewbacca.
Oh,
His wife passed away this year or
oh,
today
okay.
actually.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
he passed away a couple of years ago, didn't he?
yeah, he did. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man, that sucks. But hey,
yeah.
at least they're together now. Where I don't know.
Oh gosh, oh god,
I'm sorry.
why'd you have to go that
I
route?
Oops.
I would have just left it, but whatever,
Yeah,
it's okay.
so yeah, the Bad Batch. The
Right, yeah.
plot was
So,
good.
how was the
So
music?
the music was wonderful in these two
Really?
episodes. Yeah, very well done. Fit the scenes perfectly. Made the
Hmm.
scenes. It didn't seem like there was any slow parts because the pacing was way better than the other few episodes that came out. So
Okay.
and what's funny is that the music in the other episodes and some of the other episodes of the Bad Batch didn't really
Hmm.
fit or it wasn't really it didn't help
Really?
it didn't help. But these ones
Okay.
helped it. Yeah, it's weird, right? It's like, oh well, let's just I don't know. They just kind of like didn't care about it until the end or something. I don't know.
Ugh.
But it does pay off in the end. So it was a
Okay.
nice
Well, that's
payoff.
good.
For sure was a nice payoff. And then yeah, so that's music, which is and the acting is fine because it's like the Clone Wars acting people. It's always
Right. Yeah.
um, and so the acting's fine. The cinematography is good. I
Hmm.
like this type of animation that they do in the
Hmm.
Clone Wars and the Bad Batch.
Yeah, I actually prefer that over the animation of Rebels.
Yeah,
Rebels animation to me is harder to get into.
right, right, and that's the same way with the Resistance. The animation was hard
Hmm.
to
Right.
chew on. But the story for it's funny because everybody hated on the Resistance cartoon
Hmm.
because it just came out after the whole uh,
Yeah.
bedecal of that Star Wars sequel something or other. The thing we don't
Yeah.
like to
Failure.
talk about, yeah. um,
Star Wars sequel failure.
yeah. Um, but the Resistance was because it was its own thing. It wasn't really a part of the sequels
Hmm.
or a part of any of the, I guess you could say, normal Star Wars stuff. It was like on
Okay.
its own world. It was its own little story. That's
So is it
why
like a non-canon type thing, or?
I guess it's. Oh, I don't know if it's canon or not, but
Mm.
like Poe is in there, and so
Okay.
is BB-8. Some of those
Mm.
characters are in there, but it feels like it's its own thing.
Okay.
I think that's why I enjoyed the writing of it and
Hmm.
and the plot and all
The
that.
stories and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, the stories. Um, but yeah, yeah. Other than that, that was a decent show. Um,
Hmm.
and I yeah. So that whole thing when everybody hated on it,
Hmm.
I didn't watch it because of the sequel thing put bad taste in my mouth anyways. But like
Right.
a couple of years later I watched the whole thing and I was like, "Oh, it's not that bad."
Right.
Because it really wasn't even a part of the sequels really. So,
Hmm.
which was kind of nice. Um
Okay.
so yeah, so the Bad Batch.
Hmm.
Cinematography is good. Like I said, you mentioned the music. The music is great in these two episodes. Wonderful music in these two. Um, yeah, and so instead of an allegory, because I mean, these little episodes and whatever the shows really
Yeah, it's hard to go
have.
ahead and do an allegory for each episode.
Yeah. Um, so instead of that, I'll just do like a prediction type of thing. I'm hoping. I'm not really going to predict anything, but I'm
Mm.
hoping that they go with, obviously, Omega finds out that this girl's is a clone sister, um, and hopefully something happens with those two and Crosshair and the other guys from the Bad Batch come and try to rescue them, and
Mm.
obviously, hopefully some of the clones die off and the other ones come together and they
Right.
try to get away, and I just hope it's going to be good. I hope it's not going to be like these long boring things and nobody dies and
Hmm.
and Tech comes back. I would hate that because it's like, why'd he sacrifice himself if he wasn't going to die?
Right.
um but I mean, it was a good sacrifice. It really was. um
Well, because it means something at that point.
yeah, because it meant something, that's for sure. um and some of the slower episodes kind of builds up to these two. um
Hmm.
in the fact that you feel a little bit more for Tech when he does die. um
Hmm.
but other than that, it was two good episodes. I enjoyed them. I recommend watching the two,
So
even
how
if you
about how
skip
about
all and just watch these
uh
two. I mean, you probably won't know why it's
well,
happening,
so
but
so how about this? Overall, how would you rate season two?
um, oh boy, I have to rate the whole season.
Yeah, how would you?
I
I mean, for a guy that's never seen it, what would you like think it would be? You know,
I would rate it kind of mid, but at the same time a little bit higher than mid.
I got you. So like an
Like
average score.
yeah, like almost an average, maybe a little higher than average, only because of the
Okay,
last two seasons. If
I
it
got you.
weren't for the last two seasons, it would be one boring show. You know,
Okay.
um, and the only good parts of the show were really the Crosshair seasons.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's basically it. There were some good
Okay.
Crosshair seasons, like there's like three in there, and then these last two were really good. So
Now, from what I remember, Crosshair was kind of like a rogue member of the Bad Batch, wasn't he?
yeah, he was like the bad guy. He wanted to
Yeah.
follow orders only. He
Yeah,
didn't
I got you.
care
Okay.
about not
He was
following orders and
cold.
stuff. Yeah, that's right. What's up,
He was cold.
Whitey?
Hey, Whitey.
Whitey Wicked Workshop. Go check his stuff out. He's fun. He's
Yeah,
cool.
you need to
He's
check his stuff out. He's got a lot of awesome stuff,
he does. He does.
and he's very friendly. He's
He's
he's very
very
friendly.
he's very friendly. Um, yeah. So So that's the Bad Batch, everybody, and go check it out if you haven't seen them yet.
Binge it.
Yeah,
Binge it
binge
now.
watch it. Yeah, binge it now. Do it now.
Do it. Do it now.
Um, yeah, so that's the only way to watch Bad Batch season 2 is binging it. Um,
Mm.
Doing it the way I did it, week by week, because some of the episodes were so boring and long. It was like it was hardly worth the wait. That's
That really sells it.
it. Dave says he loves the Bad Batch. Yes, you do, Dave. Yes, you do.
Hey,
He
he
needs
wants
to
to watch
watch
the
the
last
last
episode
episode.
tonight.
You should do it. You should do it. I
Yeah.
just finished talking about it and spoiled the heck out of it. But since you came in late, good thing you came late because
Right.
now it's not spoiled. But yeah. So now you can. I hope everybody's seen the Mandalorian because that's what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah, I hope so too. That was it's been getting good.
It has finally.
What do you
So
mean,
yeah,
finally?
now we're on to Mandalorian season 3,
Woo.
episode 5. We see somebody from Rebels. Remember this big blue guy?
Zeb Aurelius,
Purple
I
guy.
believe is his name.
Yep. And then we see this dude back again.
The swamp thing?
Swamp Thing, Pizza the Hut. I saw a meme.
Oh no.
Where this guy is next to the other pirate with the no nose there, the one that and then the meme was split in half, and then you had Pizza the Hut with the other dude, and they looked
Oh,
almost
no.
like each other, and it was funny. I was like,
Major inspiration.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. It's Pizza the Hut.
Now I don't know if you saw, but I saw that there was also another Rebels character that cameoed in the background, and that was Chopper, the little droid unit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, apparently he cameoed somewhere in the background. I saw an image, and I didn't catch it, but I saw an image. And yeah, it's Chopper.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Dave, you loved every episode. Which one? Bad Batch? If you did,
No,
that's cool.
I think he's talking about of the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian?
I've loved every episode of the Mandalorian, other than what was it, 3, where they were talking where it segued over to Dr. Pershing.
I think it was already. That was it, right? That was the 3, and then number 5 now. You know, what was number
4
4?
was good.
Well, anyways, Bad Batch and Mando. He says.
Oh,
See,
Bad Batch and Mando. Okay.
you would get in a fight with me tonight because I was not too thrilled with all of the Bad Batch or all of the Mandalorian shows. But
see, I've been loving it, but
yeah, but
like
it
I
was
said,
a
other
good
than the one
payoff.
episode.
Yeah, it was a good payoff for the Bad Batch, the last 2 episodes, so that's good. And then Mandalorian, this last episode, episode 5 was a good payoff for the other 4 slow, boring Mandalorians I had to watch and go,
No, come on.
My gosh, what am I watching? Yeah, no,
Come on.
Okay, there are certain scenes of each episode that were good, but not the whole episode. The whole episode was
I
not
disagree.
good. It was like,
disagree.
I know you do. I knew, but still, I guess I'm just that way. I'm very particular.
I get it.
But this Mandalorian season 3,
episode
5.
Yeah.
It was good. It felt like Star Wars. It was, the pacing was, to me, was right on. In the other episodes, to me, obviously, just like the Bad Batch, they were a bit slower. Didn't really make much sense sometimes to me.
Other than the one episode.
Yeah.
The one that took place on Coruscant.
Coruscant episode. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was oh gosh.
Dumb.
That one should have
3, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was. And that one should have, to me, it should have been a comic book instead of a straight up episode. I mean, Pershing's character was interesting, but not interesting enough to have his own full-on episode.
It seems like they're telling a story, so sometimes you have to divert to
Divert to
tell
tell it correctly.
correctly. I understand. I know. And
Yeah.
that's why the Bad Batch paid off at the end. But I would have rather binge watched the Bad Batch because that was horrible.
It
But it does
hurt.
pay off. It does pay off. And then
Okay, so
for Mandalorian, I think the same thing. Few of the episodes, I didn't understand them. I know they're telling a story, and I know that they're
well, a lot of it is
going
building up
somewhere.
towards it.
Yeah, I know, and I know they're going somewhere. But man, can't they tell it faster? Can't they do something that make it more interesting? Maybe this season of Mandalorian should be a binge watch also, not just a week by week.
Maybe. I mean, I
because
think all of them need to be binge watched.
Right, but like Mandalorian episode season 1 and season 2 were okay to watch them week by week because they had something interesting to go off of, and they weren't really, there was really no slow parts.
I guess not.
This season has more slow parts to me. Like some of them in each episode, like let's say the TIE fighter scene where they're flying around and shooting at each other. That was cool,
Oh,
that was like the first 8 minutes of the show, and I think it was episode 2. And then after that, it just dropped, and it just was like boring to me. And it was like,
episode 2 was when they did the reveal of the mythosaur.
Yeah, and why is Bo-Katan just hanging out on her chair, going, "Hey guys, what's up?"
She's depressed, is why.
I know, Boca Karen is what I call it. I don't know what they're doing with her. Okay, so there's going to be spoilers, everybody, just to let you know.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure there will be.
Episode 5, I don't get it. I don't understand. I enjoyed the episode, but at the same time, Bo-Katan went into the waters, right? Her helmet's on. She doesn't want to take it off. And this woman didn't like her from the beginning. So why is she saying, take off your helmet? Oh, now you're part of both Mandalorian worlds.
I think she has ulterior motives. I think she's trying to reconstruct and rebuild the Mandalorian system the way she wants it to be.
Right. But why would she tell her to take off her helmet? And why would she... I feel like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like the armorer person is going to come against Bo-Katan.
No, I agree. I believe the armorer is really, I think the armorer is going to be some kind of antagonist of some sort or another.
Right.
Because she was, if you will, she was the entire time the Mandalorians were in hiding, she was pretty much like their leader.
Right, exactly.
And now she's like, oh, I have somebody I could potentially manipulate to go ahead and do my own thing. That's my prediction with it.
Right.
Because Bo-Katan has been conflicted because she believes one way. Then she sees the dedication of Din Djarin. And so she's like, which one do I follow? And then Armorer's telling her to do something totally against the creed.
Right. And do it to both ways. And it was weird because Din Djarin was looking, you can't see his face and whoa, what's going on? But you could, I don't know if you got that vibe of, why is your helmet off? What's going on? Why is she telling you this? I got that vibe. I'm not sure if that was true or not.
Whitey's saying that the armorer wants to pull all the Mandalorians together, whether they believe in the way or not, and she feels that the mythosaur was a vision.
Right, I get that, but at the same time, it would be a better story if she was more of an antagonist or the bad guy, or wanting to do that, but at the same time saying,
I feel like it's. I think she did this. I think that she's working towards that, maybe. But I don't know.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know enough of the Mandalorian lore necessarily to go ahead and determine, but But
Nice.
I think that for me though, the thing that I love the most about this episode though was how it gave the Mandalorians the time to like really shine
Right.
and show off their skills and such.
There you go. Do Mandalorian 2 episodes at a time. That would have been
Mm.
better than
It would go by
what.
fast
Yeah,
though.
it would go by fast. Well, like that one. There's Din. I did Jordan. That's right. The Mandalorian's in town, everybody. What's up, Mando? Yeah. So this episode was good. But I think it was good to me because I had these thoughts going on in my head going, what's her deal? Like, is she
See,
going to be,
I
is she
like
real or is she
I
not
like
real? Is she,
I love shows and movies that get you thinking.
right, me too. And I think that's what keeps my interest.
Hmm.
But the episodes before this one really weren't
Oh
that
no,
way,
no,
you know?
no,
I mean,
no!
it was
Come on, I disagree.
overacted.
I disagree so hard on
Coruscant,
that.
woo! Everybody, Coruscant, a little mountain
Coruscant
on the
sucked.
top.
Yeah,
Oh,
Coruscant.
don't
That
touch the
episode sucked.
mountain.
Yeah, that episode sucked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it
That's
did.
the only
Did you?
one.
Apparently, that episode was because that was a part of a different show that they
It
canceled.
was supposed to be for Republic of, or was it the Commandos of the Republic? I think that's what Dennis was talking about last
Yeah,
time.
but I think they're trying to finagle it
Blend
into
it a little bit. Yeah.
Mandalorian because you do see the one chick in this one with that
Mhm.
bearded guy who is going to
Yeah,
help.
Dr. Pershing.
Yeah. We're gonna save Mandalore. Oh yeah, we are. Oh yeah,
Yes,
we
and
are.
did you catch the Easter egg in there of that they get the Valley of Bullock, which is in reference to Jeremy Bullock, who played as Boba Fett in the original trilogy. Well, I say
Oh, I
original
did
trilogy,
not.
but in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
I did not. I didn't
Yeah,
get that. Oh, that's
yeah,
cool. That's
it
cool.
is. It's really cool.
And I hate what they did to Boba Fett. To be honest.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say that one too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Boba Fett,
they should have made Boba
what
Fett.
Mando is in the Mandalorian is what Boba Fett was to me growing up.
Right, right. Or even more BA. You know.
Exactly.
Because he had that what's that Clint Eastwood vibe, you know,
Right.
and that Dirty Harry vibe.
Hmm.
You know, I
Right.
mean,
Because he had the spurs clicking when he walked, and he didn't seem to have that when he was, whatever
yeah.
he was in Tatooine.
Yeah, what happened? What happened to that? You know, what
Well,
happened
well,
to that?
he got a fresh coat of paint. He went to Sherwin-Williams after he got
Yeah.
his armor back.
Well, even in the in this season of the Mandalorian, they took out the spur sound when he walks. Ching, ching,
Oh,
ching.
Mandalorian had that too?
Yeah, yeah. You don't remember that in the first episode? Episode, I think.
No.
First episode, first season, Mandalorian had the spur sound when he
Oh, I
walked.
did not realize that.
Oh,
I mean,
you didn't know?
I knew there was the one character that found Fennec Shand after she was shot. That was Boba Fett because you heard the spurs
Right.
as he was walking, but I didn't know the Mandalorian had that.
I believe so. Maybe
I
I'm
have to go
wrong.
back.
I have to go back
I
now.
was gonna say I have to go back now for sure.
But I'm pretty sure he did when he walked into that bar. You know, ching, ching,
Yeah.
ching. You're like, ooh, you know.
Shame.
Yeah. So I think that's why I liked Boba Fett. I liked Mandalorian because of that whole Western, Shanghai stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like the whole like warrior spirit kind of thing that they got going on.
Right, that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was the thing to me as well with just the Mandalorian culture because it reminds me of like the Spartans or the Vikings or
Yeah,
the Romans.
yeah.
They have
Especially
that
the shape of
warrior
the helmet.
mentality.
Yeah, they even
Well,
have
yeah,
the shape of the helmet.
that was definitely taken from Spartans. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thanks, George Lucas. But yeah, the Western stuff was always fun
Mhm.
too. Um, And I guess that's where they came up with the cape for Boba Fett and the Mandalorian because of Clint Eastwood's
Probably
poncho.
poncho. Mhm.
Yep.
Which I'm eventually wanting to go ahead and make my own Mandalorian armor at some point.
My poncho could turn into a cape.
There you go.
Do. Good, bad, and ugly. Yeah. So yeah, I did enjoy this episode, but I was not, I want to know where they're going, and I hope that they have a good next episode, because now that Bad Batch
Oh, I
is
want
done,
like the next, what is it, 2 or 3 that are supposed to come out now? I think it's 3 more. I want them to just go ahead and go. I want them to go nuts.
yeah, exactly, and be actiony and be very, you're on a journey to go somewhere.
I mean, I've loved the build up so far, but I really want to go ahead and go nuts with the whole Mandalorian culture and war and stuff.
And I hope they do,
because I feel like it's building up to some kind of war.
Mm-hmm. I just drank nothing.
It was all for looks.
It was. I got a bottle of water right here. I got to refill it.
You can't tell, but I did swallow.
Yeah, no, I believe you. There we go. Now I got something in there.
Yeah, there you go. But Moss Man, he was a little goofy to me.
Who's that?
Moss Man, Swamp Thing,
Oh,
creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, the pirate. He does die in this one, so that was nice.
He does. He
blows up in his ship. He goes, what was it? My son was watching with me. And I go, oh, look, the captain goes down with his ship, matey. Arr!
I think the one thing that was a little, it was different was that, did you notice that the way they steer inside the ship was literally with a wheel?
Mm-hmm. They did that.
Was a little unusual.
Oh, a callback to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well,
we can't do pirates anymore because we don't have Johnny Depp. So let's just throw in a pirate ship wheel into this spaceship.
Which he looked like he could have been in Pirates of the Caribbean too.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he literally could have been a Pirates of the Caribbean lagoon monster.
Yeah, exactly. And they just took him and said, "Hey, you're going to be in space now."
Right, you're going to go ahead and wear the red outfit with the buckles everywhere.
Have the green all over your face.
Green beard.
Whatever.
Yeah, instead of being Blackbeard, he was Greenbeard. Now, I was curious, man. His voice, for some reason, it reminded me of Tim Curry.
It did, didn't it? But
I should have looked it up as far as like if it was or not, because it sounded just like him.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't watch the end credits because
I did. I always watch the end credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love hearing the theme song. So.
Beard guy, what's his name? Who played him?
Does anybody in the chat know if it was Tim Curry or not?
Yeah, tell us in the chat. Who was the pirate Swamp Thing guy?
Let alone his name, as far as like his character's name. I mean,
right.
Because they didn't really seem to say it. I don't think.
So Bo-Katan is now on a new journey to try to get all Mandalorians together. The ones without helmets, and the ones with helmets.
Which makes me wonder. Maybe they're going to end up doing a Bo-Katan series.
Probably.
Maybe they'll announce that during the Star Wars celebration.
They could, yeah. You never know. When is Star Wars celebration? Do you know?
I think it's this week.
Oh, okay, this week. Nice.
Yeah, because I think I saw Brian from the Smuggler's Room. I think he packed up and is getting everything ready to go over there. From what I saw,
I think Dennis is going there too.
Yeah, Dennis is going. Ron from CG Artists is going, I think. And
man, I should have booked a plane and went with him. That would be.
I think James Cully from Rebel Base Builds, I think, is supposed to be going as well.
Yeah. Well, he already lives in England. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you still got to pay to get in. I mean, I don't know.
And And then he says,
Glad
"I'm
the
glad
pirates
the
did.
pirate's dead."
Yeah, he was kind of goofy looking.
He was goofy looking, and he was definitely a puppet. You know, his mouth.
Yeah, which I appreciate
Definitely looked.
that.
Yeah, that was cool. It reminded me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, back in the '90s. You know.
Well, that and even just the animatronic puppeteers of just the original Star Wars trilogy.
That too. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean that's the one thing that I loved about that is kind of the believability, if you will, of the puppets that they used. Thank
Yeah.
you, Jim Henson.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jim Henson was cool. So yeah, that was fun.
Hmm.
He died, and I
Music.
did enjoy seeing the dude from what I call it, the
Oh, from
Rebels.
Rebels.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
Rebels.
Zeb.
This guy, yeah, Zeb.
Yeah, it was crazy. I wasn't sure if it was him or not. The voice what definitely was, but like, is it really him or
Or is it
not? And
just
then it's
another
like,
creature like him? Yeah.
yeah, that they used his voice for, because maybe they all sound the same kind of a thing or whatever,
Right.
like to us it's like all Germans, they all sound the same.
Oh, German. Wow.
But no, it is actually his character, which I thought was really cool to go ahead and actually see him in live action form.
Right. What would be cool though? You know what would be really
Mm,
cool is if
what's that?
Star Wars would use ridiculous speed.
Oh gosh.
Everybody,
Ludicrous,
we're going
ludicrous
red.
speed. Just had to throw that in there.
I did, just because I wanted to
Just
use it.
random.
Um, no, but I am looking forward to. He made me want to throw up. Yeah, that sea creature guy. I am looking forward to the next Mandalorian
Mhm.
episode. I hope it's not a slow one, and I hope they're
Well,
not
what do
really
you
going to
well
throw in
well
more
I know
filler
we're
stuff.
going all like I know we're going all like spoiler and all that kind of stuff. But what did you think about like the end part where I forget his name, but which I like his character. The X-wing pilot finds the Imperial shuttle. What do you think that is building towards based off of that?
Gosh, I don't know. I
Because
hope some
Moff Gideon was
right Moff
if you will,
Gideon
rescued.
rescued or taken from them.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, I don't know. I hope something happens with Moff
I'm
Gideon.
ho- I'm
I hope
really
we see
my
something.
my theory is I'm really hoping for a Grand Admiral Thrawn appearance.
Okay.
I really would
Yeah,
love to
that'd be
see
cool.
that because that would then also tie in Ahsoka and such too.
Right. But since
You know,
Ahsoka's getting her own
series, but she's supposed to be
series,
on the hunt for
Grand
Grand
Admiral.
Admiral Thrawn, if I remember right. Yeah,
Yeah.
but which I loved. I love Grand Admiral Thrawn. From the Heir to the Empire trilogy that came
Mm.
out. That which was it's funny. That was actually I don't know if you know this. That was actually approved canon back when it first came out by George Lucas.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
And it was also the first set of books again that were approved by George Lucas that were written after Return of the Jedi.
Oh okay,
Those three books were the first ones.
nice. And I know that all these Star Wars things that they're making now all have to end up into the sequels
Tying together somehow.
somehow. Yep. I just want a show that's like 1,000 years after the sequels and make
Or even
something,
before.
or before, yeah, 1,000 years before. Qui-Gon Jinn, we got to get a Qui-Gon Jinn going,
That would be
or
cool.
and a Count Dooku would be cool. Like a young Count Dooku with Qui-Gon Jinn. I know they did that in those
That would
small
that would be
short
kind of cool.
series. What
Right,
was
the
that
Tales of the
called?
Jedi.
Yeah, the
Tales of the
Tales of
Jedi.
the Jedi. They had that in there, but that would be
Hmm.
cool to see it like more.
Built upon. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
that
I
would
would
be.
like to do. I would like to see things like the Great Hyperspace War and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
The Sith War.
Right, the great
The foundation
hyperspace.
of the foundation of the Sith.
The great
The foundation
hyper
of the Sith
ridiculous
rule.
speed war. Yes,
But
that would be cool.
one thing. I think one thing that'd be cool though with Mandalorian is that even though it's slowly tying towards a sequel, I would like to see it also deviate away from the sequel to still be its own thing.
Right.
You know, it,
Yeah.
like it's still in the same universe. You
Hmm.
know, all those events are happening, but he's doing his own thing. You
Right.
know, apart from all of that.
Right.
That's what I want it to stay as. I don't want to be as like, well, you know, somewhere in the background, you know, they're gonna somehow digitally add his starfighter into a new re-release of the Rise of Skywalker in the end scene where they all show up to go ahead and go against the Star Destroyers.
Right.
It's like, oh, new footage. No, no, I don't want to see that. No.
No, of course not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come up next. I just hope Mandalorian is gonna be great. Have a
Mm,
good ending. Obviously they're gonna make another couple of episodes, but I mean
mm.
seasons. I keep
I
season.
think John Favreau said he would like to go ahead and get to at least season 5.
Okay, okay. And that would be cool. I
That's
wouldn't
what I
mind.
read. Yeah, I wouldn't mind either because you don't want to burn out on it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I hope he takes his time to bring them out.
Yeah.
Um, it would be nice to have like a couple extra episodes instead of just 8. It should be like
Yeah,
10.
I agree. I would like to have 10 or 12.
Yeah, but other than that, take your time bringing it out because I don't want to get burnt out with Star Wars stuff because we
Hmm.
have been burnt out and we've been pushed away.
Yeah, and we've been dissed on some of it because some of it's just
Right,
been just absolute garbage.
right. But then again, some of it comes out good. I mean,
Yeah.
and you got a few episodes that are great, and then you got a few
Well,
episodes that are not.
that's where you have to make sure you have the right people in charge of doing these things. You know, you got people that actually know the lore of Star Wars, know how Star Wars, excuse me, how Star Wars
What's up,
works,
Stranger? How you doing? Yeah.
how the fan base reacts to certain things. You know, actually listen to the fan base because they're the ones that are watching your show and they're the ones that's going to go ahead and keep you guys going. If you lose
Right.
them, you lose your moneymaker, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And it is what it is with some of these things that already came out.
Yeah,
But you know,
I
like I said,
disregard some of
I
them. But, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I didn't finish watching Andor. I wasn't impressed.
Hmm.
Um, even though you said it gets a little bit better, but then it flattens out
And then
again.
yeah, it does. I mean, I watched the entire season just to go ahead and make my own mind on it. But I
Right.
mean, then that this is telling to me. They say that it's so successful, but if it's so successful, they're gonna end it after the second season. Really, it's that successful? You're gonna go ahead and only do 2 seasons? Meanwhile, Mandalorian's on its third season.
Yeah. I hope. You know
That's
what?
kind of,
Even though I hated Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett, I hope they come out with another season and kind of make it better.
they
You know,
need to do him justice.
yeah,
I would actually wouldn't
where he
mind
keeps his
seeing
helmet
him
on
pop
more
up.
often.
Yeah, I would like to
Yeah,
see him pop up though in Mandalorian and be, you know, the kick A dude he's supposed to be.
right, right. Kind of like he was in what was it, Mandalorian season 2, right?
Yes, when he
Uh,
first showed up. Oh
yeah,
gosh,
when he first
yes.
showed up, that was
With
cool.
the gaffy stick and all that,
Yeah,
man. Oh my gosh,
exactly.
yes.
That was
That
cool.
was to me, that was like that is Boba Fett. I've been
Right,
waiting for years for that.
right, exactly. And the fight scenes were good.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, in the season, in
Yeah,
the
the book
book
of
of
full
Boba
Boba
Fett,
Fett.
the series
He was so
was
timid.
yeah, it wasn't that the fight scene sucked. It was
Yeah.
like ugh, ugh, like an old man trying to hit somebody. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, my
We
hand.
ride the speeders like a bantha. It's like, really?
Yeah,
Really? Really? That's the
yeah.
best you can come up with.
I
And
mean,
then
you had
and
some
then
good memes come out of it, but
and then he comes out and rides on a Rancor. It's like, really? Really? We're gonna go with it and go that route now too?
yeah, you, you know, if you think about Bubba Fett, I always like to think about that cheesy butt cartoon from the Christmas special of
Oh
Star Wars
gosh,
Christmas special.
I have not seen that.
Well, on YouTube, you can find just the
The Boba Fett
Boba
cartoon
Fett
one.
cartoon
Oh,
only.
okay.
So watch that. That
That's what I need to
is
watch.
that's the drawings suck. The animation sucks, but it was a fun story because it
Okay.
was Boba Fett was Boba Fett. You know,
Okay. Now I do know this that
big.
the
He's riding this big water sea monster,
oh yeah.
and he tells Luke, "Oh, I've ridden bigger," and he was talking about the mythosaur. You know, he's tamed
Oh,
and
okay.
ridden bigger animals. You know, and the mythosaur was the biggest one. You know,
Yeah.
supposedly, and that's why he got his emblem on there
Mm-hmm. Oh,
originally.
okay.
Right, was because he was
They built the story up to do that. Okay.
yeah, he fought the mythosaur, but now obviously in the Mandalorian here, everybody gets the mythosaur, so it's weird, but
Yeah.
whatever. Like I said, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
The Mandalore, you know, what the Mandalorian stuff did come until what was it the Clone Wars? They started doing Mandalorian stuff. So you know, it is what it is. George Lucas wanted to make a bigger thing out of it, so he
Right.
did. And Disney took it, and they're making
And then
more.
took it and ran with it. Yeah.
Yeah, ran with it, good or bad, you know.
Right. All in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the better parts of
Chrysanthemum.
a better Boba Fett. Yeah, is the Wookiee threw him out of the sleeping tank
In the back of the tank. Yeah.
in the back of the tank. Yeah, but so I think in this episode's Mandalorian acting was good. The plot was decent. It was finally something I was interested in watching. And the
What do you think of the music?
music was good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was weird because I just finished watching the Bad Batch and then I watched Mandalorian. I go, oh my goodness, Bad Batch was really good. Had great music. Then I want to watch the Mandalorian. I go, oh my goodness, they did a good job on this one. Good music too, you know. And I was like, they must have planned that where it's like, okay, we'll put the better episodes out at the same time. I don't know if they planned it that way or not, but it was nice to see that they came out with them like that.
Right.
And I know you liked the rest of the Mandalorian season 3 so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
so far, yeah. Other than the one episode, but yes.
Yeah. It's episode
Except for I gotta say this. How about this? On episode 3, the Coruscant episode, I liked the beginning part and the end part. Everything else in the middle that took place on Coruscant, no.
Right. Cut that out.
Yeah, cut it out.
I'm gonna make my own.
There.
I'm gonna make my own Mandalorian DVD, and I'm gonna
Right.
cut that out.
Edit,
cut out the parts that
edit
I
that right out.
and there we go. That's fun. Yeah. So,
But yeah, the music to me, I really enjoyed because it had that nice, it had a bit of a westerny and warrior mythic kind of sound to it,
right.
which I
Kind of
liked.
epic. It had some epic style music as well. So yeah, it was. They did a good job, you know. Yeah, and then I already kind of talked about my predictions on some of that.
Yeah, we already talked about our predictions on that one.
And that's I guess that's pretty much it. This was a weird but fun show tonight.
Oh yeah, man, it was great.
It's already been 59 minutes. I didn't think it was that long yet.
No,
Sweet.
I know,
And
right?
I forgot.
Blew through pretty quick.
I know we did. I forgot some commercials, everybody.
Oh,
So let's throw in some throw some commercials in now. Okay, everybody, listen. If you are not a Patreon member for only $1 a month, you like what we do here, please become a Patreon member. Patreon.com/ I think it's Inside the Booth TV, and become a Patreon member. You will enjoy it. I am sure you will enjoy supporting us, because then you get to watch us. I mean, you get to watch us for free anyways, but we would appreciate your support, because YouTube's algorithms and their payments are not as good as they used to be. But if you don't want to go that route and you say, Dan, what can I wear? What is it that you do here?
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That's right. Buy stuff.
You can also support us by buying stuff. You can wear merchandise to show people that you like us, and then you can tell your friends about us, and then they can subscribe too, which will help us grow, and all that. Obviously, hitting the like button, ringing the bell, subscribing to the channel. I mean, if you guys don't know how to YouTube yet, and you've been on YouTube this much so far, then I call you not so smart.
Geez.
But
There's
I
some
believe
people watching you.
but I believe you guys know how to do the YouTube thing. So go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. Do that YouTube thing.
Yes, like, subscribe, comment, everything else.
That's right. Share. Sharing
Yes,
is caring, is
share.
what they tell you. Is what I tell you.
Tell your friends.
And tell your friends about us. What's Chris Rock says? Tell your friends about me. That wasn't Chris Rock. That was Chris Tucker in the.
Two different Chris's.
Yeah, two different Chris's. Not the Shanghai movies, but the other.
Oh, you're talking about Rush Hour?
Rush Hour movies. Yes. He tells the Chinese guy, "Tell your friends about me." And then he throws a towel. Here's a towel. You're bleeding, right? And in the end, he's like, "Here's a towel. You're dead."
You're bleeding.
So, yeah, guys. If you like this, stuff, you
Achilles is asking a question now. What is the answer of your headline? Is Lucasfilm getting better?
That's something you got to ask yourself. No,
that's a deep question.
Is Lucasfilm getting better? Sometimes, and sometimes
it's
not.
hit and miss. It's hit and miss.
Yeah, it's a hit and miss thing, and that's.
I think it depends on who they allow to actually do stuff that's right.
Right, exactly. And I'm not saying Kathleen Kennedy's horrible, because she's been there since New Hope.
That's debatable though.
But she was, I know at that time she was just a producer, so she only gave out money. And now she does, I guess, more than just producing. She oversees the direction of it.
Everything. I mean, I will say this: some people are like, "Well, you shouldn't harp on Kathleen Kennedy too much because she brought you Mandalorian and brought you this." It's like, yeah, but that was because she actually allowed people that knew what the Star Wars story is supposed to be like do their thing.
Yeah.
And then she hired on people that had no idea what Star Wars actually is to go ahead and do their thing and just treat it like crap.
Right. Like,
now I will say this: I had very high hopes for J.J. Abrams with his movies because he did Star Trek so well. And then his hands were tied. And then his hands were tied to go ahead and make the failures that he made. I mean, I have heard that the Rise of Skywalker has like 3 edits to it.
Oh wow!
There's a J.J. Abrams edit to it that has a whole lot more story to it. There's, believe it or not, a George Lucas edit.
Really?
They brought in George Lucas to go ahead and help, and then Kathleen Kennedy's like,
it wasn't that good. Let's get somebody else. Anyways,
but anyway, that's our take on answering your question, Mr. Achilles Jones.
It depends. Like you said, it depends.
Yeah.
And Kathleen Kennedy, she might be overseeing everything, but at the same time, she doesn't know what she's doing. So she should have been hired to do that. She should have just stayed the producer, give the money, and have somebody else be overseeing everything.
Right.
but at the same time, you know, she's got friends and they're like, hey, let me do a Star Wars thing. And she goes, okay, and doesn't know what they're doing. And then they just screw it up.
And then we get something like Solo or Andor or Rise of Skywalker.
Right. Yes. Honestly, Achilles,
Yeah, I agree.
this is definitely a topic for just a show on its own.
Right, and it needs, and honestly, it needs to have more. It needs to have more guests to like really hash it out.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be a good idea for future reference, though, man.
Yeah, that'd be a cool show.
That'd be actually a really good show, I think.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we should.
Next month, maybe.
There we go. There we go.
Maybe I'll plan it for next month to get a bunch
There
of
we
people
go.
together. Just talk about Kathleen Kennedy and all the shows.
Well, just like the direction of
Getting
Lucasfilm in
better.
general.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because
But I don't
Willow was
listen.
part of it too.
I'll
but-
be honest. Just one more thing before we go. One more big thing. Inside the booth, we're not on one side or the other with things. You know,
No.
we're kind of more middle ground. You know, if you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't.
Yeah, this is just our critical view of it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's we're not geeks and gamers. You know, we're not going to bash everything that Kathleen Kennedy does because
No.
who cares? It's just
Yeah, because
entertainment.
at the end. Yeah.
You know, in the end, all this is entertainment.
What
When
do
we
you say?
die, when we die, we're not going to be watching these things. We're going to be either in heaven or in hell. And
Right, exactly.
we'll be worshiping Jesus or
Yeah, the alternative.
the alternative, which is burning and agony and pain.
So bottom
every
so
single day.
bottom line is go to Jesus if you don't want to go to that place.
Right.
Call on Jesus now because
Call
you're
on
not
Jesus
guaranteed
now.
tomorrow.
That's for sure. Oh man, we can get into something deep right
No,
now.
I know.
Man.
I'm gonna say because time is short, man.
I
So
know.
you better act fast.
Act fast. Yeah. Most of you who know us here on Inside the Booth know where we stand in our faith. So I'm glad everybody was here to watch us. I'm glad I'm glad.
Thanks
Josh,
for engaging
you were
with
able
us.
to- I'm glad, Josh, you were able to come on with me tonight.
Pleasure.
It was fun.
Pleasure.
I'm probably not going to be talking about much Star Wars stuff for the next maybe couple of weeks. I might do something for the finale of the Mandalorian, but that'll
there we
be
go. Okay.
a couple of weeks from now. You know.
Yeah, it'd be at least 3, I think.
Yeah, but we got some awesome stuff coming up. We're gonna be. Well, I can't say I'm not going to be doing anything Star Wars. This coming Tuesday, we are interviewing Sean Cash. He's
nice.
Star
He's
Wars
cool.
room builder. Yep, he is. He's been on the review show a couple of times already.
Has he really? I missed them then.
But we've never interviewed him.
wow.
We've done a few other people.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. He used to be in radio. He's now, I guess, doing props for movies and stuff. So come and join us Tuesday night. Ask questions if you have any questions for him. If not, come and listen to our questions that we have for him.
And hear what he has to say, man. He's got some amazing stuff that he's been working on.
Yeah, he's got great stuff. And he's a Star Wars room builder and prop builder. He builds little Star Wars props and toys and stuff. It's fun.
Man, he makes props of just about anything. He made a Wednesday Addams prop from the Netflix show.
Oh, that's right. That's fun, you know.
Yeah.
So come join us Tuesday 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, everybody. Enjoy it. I hope everybody's enjoying our new stuff that we've been posting, like some of the shorts and some of the trailer reactions. Those are always fun to do.
The theater reviews.
Yeah, theater reviews. That'd be sweet. Let's go to a theater and review a play.
Well, no. It was, I mean, as far as just fresh out of the theater watching.
Right.
Like an instant review. Let's put it that way.
Yes. Tabitha did one.
That was cool.
It was a nice one. And then my brother he did this short about a movie that's already been out, but that was fun too. I just posted it today. It was on, what was that? Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh, okay.
Which he called it the Locust's World Dominion. If you watch that short, it's funny. It's great.
Is it?
Yeah. So go ahead and watch all our stuff, everybody.
Yeah.
Help us get our watch hours too, because we're almost there. We're almost at 4,000 watch hours
Support small businesses.
Yeah, support small businesses, and we'll be monetized, and we'll be making like $10 a month. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's
better than nothing right now.
Exactly.
So yeah, help support us so we can do cool stuff and even do some giveaways or whatnot once in a while.
There you go.
So that's what your support does. So thanks for being here. Have a good night, and we will see you all later.
Bye, everybody.